Hello Leo and welcome to your monthly reading of September. Welcome to the Astroflower. If you haven't seen the general reading for September, I would go and have a look at that. It's in, it'll be popping up in a square somewhere around my head if you need it. It's for general reading, and September looks to be like a very changing month, let's just put it that way. Very interesting reading with beautiful messages. So let's just go through here. This is the reading for September. As I said, this is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. These are the karmic messages for your relationships and your money side of life. And this is the overall energies that is playing out throughout that month. So without further ado, once you've subscribed and clicked that bell, because I know you want to, let's get into the reading straight away. Okay, so this is the overall energies. Let's just see what's going on. There's a lot building up in the everyday life. So in week 4, week 3, week 4, it's those combination bits. And most people is getting that is a calming period in the middle, but it's still moving on. It's the shock from here. So in the first week here, there's a lot going on in the first week. It's that ripple effect, that tidal effect in the second and third week, beginning of the third week. It looks like the third to fourth week, then it all just kicks off. So, but this first wave that's coming through seems to be like a precursor. Let's just see what's going on with the overall energy for you for this week, for this month. The overall energy here is keep calm and carry on. A lot of people have had this sort of types of energy, but almost as if like you can have that moment, you will be that authoritative voice, basically, within the surrounding, within your community, within your couple, within your business, and that sort of voice that doesn't necessarily have to shout. It just needs to it's the right moment with the right word, with the right force. And all of a sudden it's asking you to take that role in a way. Stay away from disappointment. Don't look back to the past in a way and, oh, wish it could be like that, because this is where you might have problems. You've got to go forward. We've all got to go forward. We've all got to go forward together. If you're looking at the past and wistfully thinking about what could have been, you're going to miss some opportunities. And what you've got to realize is actually you've got that cup that's full in your hands, which is like the Ace of Cups. And she's got that pathway out the back. On other traditional things, there's a bridge behind and stuff like that where you can go from one land to another. It's going from the transition from one side to another. And I think it's here is almost in a way I think it's saying, don't look back, don't reminisce about what could have been. Turn around, face the future, and look at what can be, basically, for you, Leo. I think that's what the overall energy is. Obviously, if you're caught up in a situation which is very, very complicated, you may well feel disappointed in the overall energies. Just having a realization of how, we can all be stupid. We can all be stupid people, without exception. And, and we can, people can be disappointed in us. So I would just be a little bit gentle with everybody, and certainly with yourself. Let's just see what's going on the relationship front. I got stuck in the weeklies then. Let's go to the first week, for September for you. And this is in relationships and stuff like that. There is a question. There is a point to be said that there is strength in someone who knows their own weakness, and I wouldn't be in this first week. I think everybody's got to help each other out in this first week to get through this first week, regardless. And playing to your strengths, Leo, which is that person who is very passionate and has conviction, will help other people to keep their heads clear and clear and decisive about where they're going, basically. You could have real big success. This is what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it at the beginning there when I was sort of standing up and being that authority. But it is a moment where, you help me, I'll help you sort of scenario. Fair exchange between, and I think the success for you is the appreciation and the value that people give you that are around you. And this could be also within a couple, so you could, find yourself meeting that person this week. But being true to yourself and recognizing your weaknesses so your strengths can really come to the fore is a good idea. Let's just see what's going on in the second week. This is like the fallout from that first week. And it's pushing forward because there's no other way. With the changes that came out in September in the last sort of reading, there was a lot of understanding that went on in the first week for the general community. And through that understanding, it was going to force us to look at things completely differently. And this outcome, this fallout from this sort of side, is almost that calm after the storm of the moment. You kind of sort of collectively and individually sort of saying, so what do we do now? How do we get this back together? How do we, reorganize things? And this is where your authority comes into play. I think standing in your power in the second week, of standing up and being really who you are, you're going to be recognized for it within the first week. And I think the second week is standing up in your power. And so the Empress is about marrying the body, mind, and spirit. It's also about giving birth to a new paradigm or a new concept or a new world, a new way of being. And this plays into you beautifully. Within that authority, you may find yourself in a position where you're going to be within your relationships. This could be with your couple. I think this is much more collective than individual. It's more of a case here that the recognition that you would get from other people, you'll be able to sort of say, okay, if we do this is going to cause this, so we should be aware of that, and maybe we should do it a little bit like this, and in a slightly different way, in order to assure that everybody gets the best out of the situation. And being that sort of Richard of Lionheart that's sort of standing up for the majority of people, rather than getting into sort of like hierarchies and pyramids again. And this seems to be your strength, and you're going to be playing into it a lot. Let's just see what's going on the third week for you in the relationships. And that's sort of within your family, your friends, your community. Could be within your couple as well. But I seem to think it's worth on more on a larger scheme, as it were. Okay, so it's preempting things. So this preparation that you put in place, or this situation you put in place, so for the relationships, it could be a case of realizing that the family is getting maybe a little bit pulled apart, and it's maybe this is where you can bring it in and sort of say, why don't we have a bit of a family day, have a picnic together, or have a barbecue together? Just touch base with the larger family, get all the uncles and aunties down there and everything like that. That sort of thing, or with your friends, similar sort of thing. That's organising this sort of thingy. And out of that comes the possibility of reuniting bridges, rebuilding bridges with people that you may not have seen for some time, and putting the family, the friends, and the community all back into a better place. And this could be for your couple as well. Although I got a funny feeling it's more for the sort of the social sort of side of life rather than anything else, with your relations and that concern. And it's almost you're going to be that sort of, okay, and now it's time to do this. Come on, people, let's do. And then you'll get other people that will, within your family, your friends, your community, and what have you, they will also get involved and get carried up in this movement, which is going to help everybody really. So it's really sort of standing in your power, which is similar to this sort of thing, and it's almost helping helping your family, your friends, your community to actually confront the new world that's coming around the corner, going through that paradigm shift. So yeah, it's going through that paradigm shift. The funny thing is that that card was on this side on the general reading, but it's definitely that moment at the end of the third week, going for the fourth week. And I've been seeing it in a lot of the weekly readings. If you haven't seen the weekly readings, you'll be able to find that on our channel as well. If you're subscribed and you click the bell, then you'll get notifications on it, supposedly, from YouTube. So this is a case of standing in your power and recognizing, having that foresight, as I said, as they go through, as we go through that collective paradigm shift, and looking after your family, your friends, your close people that are around you, and bringing in that community looks to be your role in this month. Let's just see what's going on the financial side of life. These changes that came through, a bit of a leap of, in general reading, you had the Fool, the Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess, which is there. But it's all about a leap of faith and seeing clearly, but spreading your love out and stuff like that. This situation here that's coming up, that's playing through you at the moment, seems to be, almost frees you up. It's almost as if like, I actually love, body surfing in the waves. You take a wave, and as the wave curls over it and crashes onto the beach, you flip your feet out the front. So as the wave crashes, you go in the curve of the wave, you flip your feet out the front. And when the wave crashes onto the beach, you're just left there standing. And it's almost as like the sea has delivered you. And that's a very similar sort of scenario here. It's going to make you stand out in the crowd. You've got a lot of gifts coming your way. It's your moment, Leo, within your job, within your business, your projects. This is within your moment to sort of be that provider in a way through your connection of what you've been doing, through the connection of the universe and stuff like that. If you're looking for a job, the opportunities are there, and it's now the time to strike out in the first week. Really, doing all those application forms and everything like that. If you're looking for progressing your business path or your career path, push it out there, push those ideas out there. If you're looking to advance your business, use your intuition or your knowledge or what's going on around you. If you want a new product and you've sort of seen another product that's very similar, that you can feel that vibe coming through, that sort of wave of fashion coming through, then use it in order to help your project to advance and to go further on. Let's just see what's going on in the second week. This is really pushing on. It's sort of saying, once you're in the clear, don't stop moving forward. The more that you can move forward, the better you're going to be. Okay. If this came out on the relationship side, I'd be a little bit worried, but it's not. We're on the business side of life, we're on money side of life. And the old phrase is, don't mix business with pleasure. So if it is your case, I would be wary of that you might be putting a bit of strain on your relationship because of the business that you may be running together. So that's just for very particular people. But in general, for you, Leo, this is a case of just take your emotions out of the situation. Once you're dealing with finances or your job, or if you're, if you're running a business, take the emotions out of it and see clearly how that business can provide not only for you, but also for your family, your friends, the community that is around you. It serves a great deal. This could be really good for seeing things clearly, and just don't get your emotion tied up in it and just keep heading down your path, basically. Okay, so it's all moving forward cards, by the way. Remember the message at the beginning? None of it's about sort of looking back. All of it is moving forward, which is really good for you. Let's see what's going on in week 3 within the financial status or the money side of life. Okay, you are if you do this, if you put yourself on in front, as it were, as you put yourself out there, as it were, with this card here, and you release and you don't get your emotions tied up in it, and you progress and you sort of express how you want your job to progress, or the new job you want to get, or the business you want to do. It's almost going to give you that speed and weight that's going to allow you to come up and confront these changes that are coming up in the fourth week of September, fourth and fifth week of September. Well, certainly by the end of the 3rd week. And it's almost as if you're going to be able to climb up that wave a lot easier, climb up that hill a lot easier than most people around you. And that's a good thing. So this is why you need to take the emotions out of it, because as long as you are well, everybody else can be well. That's really important. It's not when everybody else is well, I'm well. When everyone else is happy, I'm happy. It doesn't work like that. It's when I'm happy, everybody else can be happy. And obviously you don't do things that's going to make you happy, the Schadenfreude, which is the happiness or the enjoyment of the misfortune of others. That is not genuinely happy. Keep watching this channel, because there's going to be loads of information coming out about that. I'm going to bring all my healing aspects that I do in my life, all my dowsing, my geomancy energies and stuff like that. That's all going to be coming into it, and it helps you to understand a lot about life. But this here is just sort of like, in the 3rd week, get ready to sort of rumble, get ready to rock and roll, get ready to move on. 5 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. This could be that moment that you may turn around and kind of go, oh, do you know what? It was a lot better when we didn't have to do any of this stuff. We didn't have to confront life. And I think you'll be disappointed with yourself in the long run. This is about financial loss. But it doesn't necessarily mean you have to lose money. It can be for some of you, of course. So I'd be very wary of you risk financial damage in the 3rd week. So I'd be careful of that. I would be very attentive about what you spend, the projects that you're building, that you're doing, that you're developing, the job that you're going on, your job path. You've made that initial burst through. Don't get caught up in tit for tat sort of things because other people may be a little bit jealous that you've gone further on in your career path. And I wouldn't get involved in tit and tat. But it could also be sort of where you've invested a lot of time in things. So it's going to try your energy. So, you might be an energy loss or an emotional loss, or sort of a physical sort of where you've just been working too hard. That's very possible. It's that confrontation that you've got to dig deep in yourself. This is what I think it is more than anything else. Okay? For the general. Okay? This is for all you Leos. You've got to dig deep in week 3 in order to get up that hill. And once you're up that hill, you're going to be, so I'm just putting the cards the right way around. You're going to be in a position where you can see far and wide. And that's when you can be that person totally, for a greater scheme of things, of kind of go, come on up here, oh yeah, mind out for that as you come up. Yeah, you can make it, encouraging others to join you on top of that hill. I haven't done the reading for the fourth week. Let's just see what's going on. Shine like a star in that week there. If you put things into place, as we've gone through, you're coming, just coming towards the end of your winter period, and therefore the fruit should be coming to the surface as well, which is a thing to do with the Astroflower. If you want to know about the Astroflower, you do have a link to Leo Astroflower, your book, in the description below. And it goes into all those different type of rhythms that I go on about. So this is more sort of a case of, yeah, shine like a star, basically. High Priestess was down there the other time. I'm just having a look at the general readings. Yeah, it's having that clarity of vision, because that's what I'm saying. When you're up there at the top of the hill, in respects to everything that's going on around us within the 3rd, 4th, and 5th week of September, you're going to be able to see clearly, and you're going to be able to encourage other people to get up there. And that's what that loving aspect of the High Priestess is all about. That she uses her intuition, or she can use her intuition to channel the vibration of the universe in a way, in order to get the clarity of vision and direction, not just for oneself, but also for everybody that is around you. Let's just go into what the karmic message is on the relationship side. Value your weaknesses. You've been through the journey of life, or you've been through whatever in your life at the moment. You have accumulated a lot of understanding and recognizing our weaknesses. And we all have them. We all have them. Even you, Leo. We all have them. And recognizing that and sharing that, almost sort of like, it's almost encouraging people. If someone says, "Oh, I'm new, and I can't, you know, I'm rubbish. I can't do this, and I can't do that." You know, I'd turn around to them and sort of say, "Do you know what? I can't do that either. I'm pretty crap at that." You know, but I try my best, and that's where you can encourage other people to do it. And I think there's a lot of, you know, which you have huge amounts of humility, Leo, when you apply yourself. Let's just see what the karmic message is on your money side. Don't give up. Keep going. Yeah, don't give up. You know, in sports you say play to the whistle. So when the game's not over until the referee blows that final whistle, and it's a case for you as well. Sort of like, things are going to start happening in the first week. They're going to be progressing through the second, and then the third, and then you're going to need to dig deep in order to get to where you want to go. And it's sort of, it's the karmic message is you know, nothing comes without hard work, as it were. So you have a choice, and I think this choice in this karmic message here, it's sort of saying that choice here of looking back and going back, or moving and going forward. And I think that's going to see there is sort of saying, within that choice there, dig deep and move forward. And that's what it's sort of saying for you, Leo. So there you go. If you want to know more about the Astroflower, there's loads of links in the description below. It would be lovely to have your support in regards to a subscription, and clicking that bell is really important. Sharing this reading across all social platforms is going to help you out, because it's going to get everybody on the same page, which is going to help everybody out. So sharing this video, liking it and commenting on it. You do have your book linked in the description below as well. And we also have a link to our sister channel, which is Cymatic TV, everything about energy. In the meantime, Leo, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.